name's Ariana. Today we're going to read a story called Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel lived by the forest with their stepmother and their father, who was a poor woodcutter. One evening the family had nothing to eat but a few crusts of bread. Hansel and Gretel went to bed feeling hungry. As they lay there, they heard their stepmother and father talking. "There are too many mouths to feed," said their stepmother. "We must take your children in the forest and leave them there." "Never!" cried their father. "Well, I'm not going to starve," says their stepmother shouted. "The children are going, and that is that." Gretel began to cry, but Hansel comforted her. "Don't worry, I'll think of something," he promised. The next morning, Hansel and Gretel woke by their stepmother at daybreak. "We are going in the forest to chop some wood," she cried, as she gave Hansel and Gretel a crust of bread each for their lunch. Hansel broke his bread into tiny pieces as they walked along. He secretly dropped the trail of crumbs on the ground. "Your stepmother and I are going to chop some wood now," the children's father said in a deep voice. "In a deep forest, we'll return for you at sunset." The children shared Gretel's bread, and then they curled up at the foot of an oak tree and fell asleep. When Hansel and Gretel woke up, it was dark. "The fire has gone out. Let's follow the trail of breadcrumbs I left," whispered Hansel as he comforted his sister. But the breadcrumbs were gone. The forest birds had eaten them all up. "We'll wait till morning," Hansel said. "When it's light, we'll find our way home." "Tweet-too!" The next morning, the children woken up by a sound of a bird song, a white bird flapping its wings as if to beckon them. "Look!" cried Hansel. "Maybe that bird will lead us home." But the white bird led them deeper into the forest. A little house made of gingerbread. A little house made of gingerbread too. The roof was dripping with frosting. The windows were framed with candy canes. The garden was filled with lollipops. Delighted, the hungry children began to feast upon the candies. Suddenly, the door opened. Crack! An old woman hobbled out. "Nibble, nibble like a mouse. Who's nibbling at my house?" she croaked. I can't see very well. Who are you?" The two hungry children. "Who are you?" Just two hungry children," Hansel replied. "Ah," said the old woman, "you better come inside. I'll make you a proper meal." The old one gave Hansel and Gretel a plate of a plate piled with high with delicious pancakes. They ate until they were ready to burst. Then she showed them two little beds. They snugged down under the soft blankets and fell asleep. But Hansel and Gretel didn't know that the kind old woman was really a wicked witch. I'm soon fattened up with these two, she cackled. Then they will make a proper meal for me. The following morning, the witch dragged Hansel from his bed and threw him into a cage. Give your big brother breakfast, she ordered. Gretel. He is too skinny. I'll keep him locked until he's nice and plump. Every morning, in a few days, the witch made Hansel stick out her fingers so she could feel whatever fat enough to eat. But Hansel was clever. He knew that the old witch could hardly see his stuck a chicken bone through the cage inside. Still too scrywny, said the witch would say. One day, the witch grew tired of waiting. Whenever he would be fatter or thinner. I'll have Hansel for my dinner, she crowed. Light the oven, the witch ordered. Now crawl in and see whatever it is hot enough. Gretel knew the witch was planning to cook her as well, so she said, the oven is much too small for me. Even if I could fit inside, look, said the witch stuck her head. Gretel had a chance. She pushed the witch into the oven and slammed the door. Gretel quickly freed Hansel from the cage. We are safe. Let's go home, they sang happily. There were chests full of gold and sparkly jewels in the witch's house. Hansel and Gretel filled their pockets before they left. Back in the forest, while the birds were waiting to lead Hansel and Gretel home, the delighted father greeted them with two hugs. He told them the cruel stepmother had left. Hansel showed the treasure that they had found. We'll never go hungry again, they cried. They lived happily ever after. And the white bird sat on the rooftop and sang for them every day. The